Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you didn't say polo. That would have thrown us all off. Thank you so much. Thank you. About an hour and a half ago, I received two very gracious phone calls. Governor Chris called me to congratulate, and I thank him for that gracious phone call. Congressman Meek called to congratulate, and I told him that he has given us a lesson in dignity and in strength. And I thank both of them for being worthy opponents in a difficult campaign. And I wanted to thank all of you for all the help you've given me as well. Let me begin tonight by acknowledging a simple but profound truth. We are all children of a powerful and great God. Of a God who isn't always going to end, things are not always going to end up the way you want them. His will is not always going to be yours. But I promise you this, no matter what you face in life, He will give you the strength to go through it. I bear witness to that tonight, as so many of you do in your own lives, and must always be acknowledged in everything we do and in everywhere we go. He likes the microphones. I don't even know how to begin how to describe this journey, but to thank so many of you that have been a part of this, and we'll talk about little tidbits of that in a moment. Clearly, I'm grateful to my family, to my wife, Jeanette, who has made this possible. Raising children under any circumstances is a two-person job, but she has done it alone for the last 2 years. And I owe her a debt of gratitude I will never be able to repay. I am blessed to have her as my wife, and I am grateful that she is with us here today. I am also blessed with 4 children who remind me every day of what's important in life, but also give me the strength, even throughout this campaign. There was a moment early in this campaign where I didn't know how I was going to raise the money to be competitive. And I'll never forget that the next morning my children showed up. They had collected their allowance, which was largely quarters and single-dollar bills, and handed it to me. I didn't tell them that. They overheard me. And it was in that moment that I was reminded of what this race and election was really all about. It was not about any of our individual ambitions, but it was about the future, as represented by them and their generation. And that lesson is profound. It's one that I will not soon forget. Tomorrow, or even now, the stories are being written about what this election is about. What does it mean? And we still don't know all the results from around this country. But we know that tonight, the power in the United States House of Representatives will change hands. We know tonight that a growing number of Republicans will now serve in the Senate as well. And we make a grave mistake if we believe that tonight these results are somehow an embrace of the Republican Party. What they are is a second chance. A second chance for Republicans to be what they said they were going to be not so long ago. You see, I learned early on in this campaign, in fact, it's what propelled me to enter it, that what this race was about the great future that lies ahead for our country, a future that Americans know is there for the taking. But it requires actions on our part. Americans believe with all their heart, the vast majority of them, and the vast majority of Floridians, that the United States of America is simply the single greatest nation in all of human history. A place without equal in the history of all mankind. But we also know that something doesn't seem right. Our nation is headed in the wrong direction, and both parties are to blame. And what Americans are looking for desperately are people that will go to Washington, D.C. and stand up to this agenda that is taking us in the wrong direction and offer a clear and genuine alternative. And that's what this race was about early on for me. And that's what it's about tonight. It is about the future of this country and what it will look like when our children are our age. Now let me tell you, there are those out there who doubt about the greatness of America. Sometimes when I say it, I hear the snickers from some in different parts. They think it's simplistic. But see, I know America is great not because I read about it in a book, because I've seen it with my eyes. I've been raised in a community of exiles, of people who lost their country, of people who know what it's like to live somewhere else. By the way, a community that I am proud to be a part of. A community of men and women that were once my age. And when they were, they had dreams like we have now. And yet they lost all those things through an accident of history. And so they came here to try to rebuild their lives. And some did, but many others could not. And instead it became the purpose of their life to leave their children with the opportunities they themselves did not have. This is the story of the Cuban exile community, and it defines what so many of us who are a product of it are. And I know this: no matter where I go or what title I may achieve, I will always be the son of exiles. And we will always be the heirs to 2 generations of unfulfilled dreams. The other way that I know about America's greatness is the story of a man that I knew well, of someone who wasn't born in this country. When he was 6 years old, he lost his mother. When he was 12, he lost his father. He grew up largely in a society where what you were going to be when you grow up was decided for you. This is like almost every other place in the world. Think about what that means. That means that before you are even born, how far you are going to get to go in life is decided for you by who your parents are or are not. And that's how it is almost everywhere in the world. And now this is how it was for that man. He was fortunate enough to make it here to America, where he was never able to capture his own dreams of his own youth. Instead, he made it the mission of his life to ensure that his children would have every opportunity he did not. That every door that was closed for him would be open for them. That the day would never come for them that came for him. The day when he realized that his own dreams would not be possible. And so now life was about opening pathways for his children. This story I know well. And it verifies to me the greatness of our country. Because tonight, with your vote, you have elected his son to the United States Senate.
And today, health insurance reform is the law of the land all across America. Yes, we did.